Hello and welcome to this video. We're going to draw a really cute bowl of kawaii ramen today, and we're also going to learn the Japanese word for ramen, so we're going to learn to write that. So we're going to start with a bowl, so it's going to be a sort of half circle shape. Now if you have trouble drawing this, you could get a jar and trace around that, but if you do that in pencil and then go over it with your marker or your pen, because that means you'll get the look of a hand-drawn line, but perhaps with something a little bit more circular. But if you're confident, just go ahead and just freehand it. It's good practice for freehanding. We're going to put a base on the bowl so it doesn't fall over when we put our ramen in it. We're going to do the top of the bowl, and for that I'm just going to cover up my work area here so that I don't smudge it. This pen has a habit of smudging a little bit, so this is going to give me the inside of my bowl of ramen. The next thing we need to do is to put the ramen in the bowl, and the ramen is sort of, if you ever look at it in the packet, it's sort of all wiggly. So I'm going to draw wiggly ramen. And before I draw too much, I'm going to put in my chopsticks, because that will let me put my chopsticks behind my ramen. So let's just draw in the chopsticks. Now they're going to be straight lines, and so you're going to draw a straight line and then another straight line just right beside it. And the first chopstick that you draw is going to give you the width for the next chopstick. So however wide this is, that's what you want to use next time. So let's draw a second chopstick. And I'm just going to try and match this width. So you want to get it pretty close. Now I'm going to put some more ramen in here. But when I get to the chopstick, I'm going to skip the chopstick. And that's going to suggest that the chopstick is in the middle of the ramen. So I might do that probably for a couple of rows of ramen. Let's make this ramen come from this direction, because it might be a bit easier to draw it that way. Stop when you get to the chopstick. Imagine where it might go behind the chopstick, and then finish off with the last little bit. Okay, so now we have our chopsticks actually buried inside our ramen. That's a really good trick for getting that effect, is to draw the chopsticks and then draw the other bits of ramen behind it. Now we're going to draw the back of the bowl, and we're going to use that same technique here. So I'm going to draw where I think the back of the bowl should be, stop when I get to the chopstick, draw it across the middle, and then finish it off. So these chopsticks are definitely inside the bowl when you draw it like that. Now this is kawaii, so we need kawaii eyes. So nice, big, cute eyes on our ramen bowl. We've got plenty of room in these eyes. If you're drawing it quite big, you can do these eyes that have got these little highlights in them. For that, you're going to draw one big circle and then a little circle, and then you can colour in around the circles. So there are the ramen bowl eyes. Now for this one, I'm going to use a different mouth. This mouth is going to be a sort of loopy mouth. So you're going to draw two loops joined together that are exactly the same size. And then we're going to draw the tongue in. So our ramen has got a little tongue on it. Now let's go and write the Japanese word for ramen. And it looks like this. And I'm going to write yum as well. Yum ramen. And now we're going to put a little sort of thought bubble around it. It's easier to write the text first and then do your thought bubble second, because then if you make big text or little text, your thought bubble's going to be perfect because you've already done the text before you've added the thought bubble around it. So there we are. There is our kawaii ramen, and that is the Japanese word for ramen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and click up here to subscribe. Also turn on notifications and we'll let you know when there are new videos. Until next time, I'm Helen Bradley and thank you so much for joining me here at Learn to Draw Today.